Claire here from Wessex Fitness. 2 questions, and to be quite honest, both of them have got the same issues. Number 1 was the bridge with the leg lifting causing hamstring issues. The other one was the opposite arm, opposite leg when you're balancing on your knee, again, hamstring issues. The main cause of this is the inability to activate your glute muscles, and that causes the other muscles to overcompensate for your weak glutes. It's quite extraordinary really that after so many years of Pilates that it's still becoming an issue. But one thing I will say is that when I realised that my right glute wasn't engaging, it probably took me about 8 weeks of working every single day for it to then start activating on its own. It's not something that you can do once a week and then think, oh well, it will get better, because it won't, okay? We've got a few exercises that we even do in class, but I'm going to go through the ones that physios recommend as well, because these ones you will be able to do at home. We are going to go through them in class on Monday, and we'll go through them in quite a few different ways so that at least you will be getting that. But in order to activate your glutes, there's a very, very simple exercise that you can also do every day without really having to think too much about it. So we're going to get down on the floor and we're going to go through these exercises and we'll see how we get on. Okay. Now the first one is, it's all about activation, these exercises, okay? The one that I want you to do first, which is a test, okay? Now, the reason we're doing a test is, and we're going to do this test in class. So you're lying on your back. I have got it all written down because obviously it's something I've not done before. We're going to lie on our backs, okay, with our knees bent. Now, I want you to kick one leg out straight and then pick your hips up into the bridge. So we're going to take one leg out and then we're going to do a single leg bridge, and you have to say which muscle you can feel, okay? So I'm coming up. Okay, now I'm not going to tell you what muscle I can feel, and I'm going down. Now I'm going to try the same with the other one, okay? Don't worry too much about vertebrae by vertebrae, just bring your hips up and then back down. Okay, now, as I say, I'm not going to tell you which muscle I felt, but I will tell you, A is your back, B are your glutes, C are your hamstrings, and D are your quads. It's a very, very simple thing, A, B, C or D. If you're looking at this on the website, then please ping me either a message through WhatsApp or Claire at wessexfitness.com, because this is going to become, I feel now this is pretty crucial. It's going to cause a lot of problems in older age if we don't get these glutes activated now, okay? Really important. So now we've done the test, these are your activation exercises. I'm going to do, first of all, opposite arm, opposite leg. Right. So, this one is really, really important. Now keep your foot on the floor. And what I want you to do is contract your glutes. Okay? So squeeze your glutes as you're coming up. Squeeze them. And that. So really concentrate. Yes, you're concentrating on your core, but you're concentrating on squeezing your glutes. You want them to work. Okay? So that's all you have to do. Squeeze your glutes. Really concentrate on them. And down. We'll do one more. Squeeze the glutes. And back down. Good. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is grab a band, because they do say that the band with the clam is very, very important. So you know this exercise, band just above the knee. Okay, now it's up to you. You can come up onto your elbow for this. I will for talking purposes because it's easier. Get in the right position, top hip onto bottom hip is really important. Feet together, core obviously engaged, and then we're lifting that top knee. Hold it for a few seconds and back down. Okay, we're going to be doing 8 of these. Now, I know some of you are working, but some of you are working from home. It won't hurt if you can give yourself 5 minutes a couple of times a day, and you'll be amazed that this will work. So don't worry about too high. It's actually activating your glutes. Now this is working your gluteus medius as well. So that's the inner glute. I'm going to put down a picture so you have an idea of where the gluteus medius actually is. Right, so now we're going to do the same on the other side. Now, as I said before, it was my right hip that was the issue. And mine still doesn't come up as high. And I am still working on it because I think it's going to be something that I'll have to always do. So, I've got my core engaged, I've got my top hip on top of my bottom hip, and then I go. See, I can really feel this. That's good. Brilliant. So that's 8 of those. Good. Now, the next one we're going to do is the bridge. Now, they suggest actually that you put the band above your knee for your bridge. Again, when we work the bridge, we are so conscious of doing vertebrae by vertebrae. When you're doing these as a practice, I want you to be conscious of your glutes, okay? So once you've imprinted, squeeze your glutes. And it helps if you just widen that band a bit so it's actually stretched and then come up. Sorry, Ted is going to help us. Okay? And back down. And then I want you to release your glutes when you get down. So squeeze them in, you're activating them and lifting. And back down and releasing the glutes. Activate, lift. And release. Okay, so that's the next exercise. Then we've got one called Jane Fonda. Now, so she's saying top leg behind, toes downwards. Okay, so basically I presume you're pointing your toes. Now, you've got to press your heel back, extending your leg, and then return. And that's all it is. So you're going back and relax. So I suggest you squeeze your glute, activate, back, in, and relax. And try and relax the glute each time. Squeeze it, back, in, relax. Squeeze, back, in, relax. Squeeze, back, in, relax. And I would say 8 of these. Squeeze, back, in, relax. It will get tired too. Squeeze, back, in, relax. Squeeze, back, in, relax. We'll do the same with the other leg. You might find that it is more one glute than the other glute, but the fact is that you need to be working both of them. Okay, so we've got our leg behind, we're pointing our toes, we're keeping our hip up, and of course we've got our core engaged. Back and in. So each time activate the glutes, back, in and down. Activate, back and in. Activate, back, 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 in. Well done, good. Now, we're going up onto our hands and knees for our fire hydrants, which obviously is another exercise that we do. Now, get into position first. You know how to get into position. Neutral spine, core engaged. We're taking the leg out to the side as we normally do, okay? Now, from that position, we are now going to push back and in, okay? So we're taking it back and in, back and in. Right, so ready? Out to the side, out, in and down. Lift, out to the side, out, in and down. Up, out to the side, push out, in and down. Again, lift, out to the side, out, in and down. I'm going to do the same with the other leg. Okay, lift it first, out, push, in and back. Lift it, out, in and back. Lift, out, in and back. Lift, out, in and back. Good. So 8 of those, probably a good idea. Okay, so activate, behind and in. Activate, behind, in. Activate, behind, in. Activate, behind, in. And just keep going with that. So the other one, activate, back, in. Activate, back. And I used to be standing next to somebody on a machine, and this is what I would be doing pretty constantly. The other version, which is even easier, when you're standing still, you're doing washing up, you're doing something, cooking, activate your glute. Just squeeze and release. Squeeze. Squeeze both glutes together. Release. Squeeze. Release. Squeeze. Release. You need your mind to realise that when you're supposed to activate your glutes, it will automatically activate them for you. Because some of you will have spent years and years and years not using your glutes. So you can imagine it's going to take time to start activating. I don't want hamstring issues, I want very good glutes, okay? Squeeze your glutes, relax, and that is good. When your body starts working as it should, everything becomes easier. And if you're a runner and you're using your hamstrings and not your glutes, it really, really does cause you problems, because you're going to get tight hamstrings, and if you get tight hamstrings, you're going to get a bad back, okay? Now, some of you that do have lower back issues, the reason could well be because your glutes are not firing, and then your hamstrings and your lower back are going to be compensating. So they're working twice as hard to help out your quad muscles, okay? Claire from Wessex Fitness.